Hi, good evening everyone. My name is Tashi Dorji. I work in Foreign Direct Investment Division under Ministry of Economic Affairs. And before I present, I would like to thank International Trade Council and Ron and Ryan in particular for giving us this platform to present Bhutan's investment opportunities. And for those who do not know about Bhutan, let's look at some of the facts. Bhutan is a landing country about the size of state of Maryland in the US. We are less than 1 million people. The capital city is called Thimphu and our national language is Dzongkha. We are a small economy with GDP of 2.5 billion US dollars. And with GDP per capita of 3,400 US dollars, Bhutan is currently a lower income country. But we are due for LDC graduation in 2023. Our economy is mainly dominated by sectors such as agriculture, construction, electricity, trading, transportation, and communication. In 2019, our national unemployment rate stood at 2.7%. Okay, before I present the areas of investment opportunities, let's look at some of the reasons why Bhutan is an ideal location for your investment. We believe we are still a new investment destination in Asia, as it's been only about 2 decades since our economy was open for FDI. And we are located strategically in the region where 26% of the global population live. And we are a gateway to huge Indian market owing to the free trade agreement and good trading relationship we have with India. Bhutan is known for its development philosophy called gross national happiness, a holistic and sustainable approach to development. And in terms of peace, Bhutan is ranked number 1 in the region and 19 out of 163 countries globally by the Institute for Economics and Peace for its Global Peace Index. When it comes to safety, Bhutan is one of the safest countries in South Asia according to the World Economic Forum. And according to the Global Economics data, Bhutan fares well in terms of Security Threat Index. In terms of corruption, Bhutan is one of the cleanest in the region. As per Transparency International's 2020 report, Bhutan is ranked number 24 in the world in its Corruption Perception Index. Bhutan introduced the democratic constitutional monarchy form of government in 2008, and so far there has been peaceful transfer of government power, and issues such as armed conflict, demonstrations, social unrest, international tensions, terrorism, etc. has been literally non-existent. With average GDP growth rate of 7.5% since the 1980s, Bhutan is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. And the government is currently finalizing the 21st century economic roadmap that targets Bhutan to be a high income country by the year 2030. As the government's vision for next 10 years looks promising, it would be worthwhile for all investors to be part of this journey. The other reason is the availability of an educated workforce. And as English is used as the medium of instruction in the schools, it's widely spoken in the country. English is also used as one of the official languages. As such, language is not a barrier in doing business in Bhutan. Bhutan is a good location for power-intensive manufacturing industries since the power supply from our hydropower projects is reliable and competitively priced. Bhutan is well known for its stringent environmental conservation policies. While our constitution mandates 60% of the land to be under forest coverage, we currently have more than 70% of the land under forest cover. And as a result, we are the only carbon negative country in the world. For all the reasons such as good environmental practice, rich cultural diversity, GNH philosophy, Bhutan has built for itself a premium brand reflecting these positive attributes, and our investors leverage this premium brand for all the goods and services produced in the country. In terms of doing business, Bhutan is ranked number 89 globally in the latest doing business ranking. However, Bhutan is still number 2 in South Asia. But the important point to note is that the government is fully committed to achieving top 50 position in the next couple of years. And to do that, there are several initiatives being undertaken by the government, and one such initiative is the integrated business licensing system that looks at process engineering and automation of all licenses, registration, and approvals. Now let's look at the cost of doing business in Bhutan, mainly in terms of the cost for land, water, and electricity. As I mentioned earlier, it is the cost of electricity that makes Bhutan a very attractive destination for investment. And at just 3 cents per kilowatt hour, Bhutan's electricity is cheaper by about 3 times as compared to the rate in countries such as China, India, and US. Bhutan has huge hydropower potential of about 30,000 megawatt, and so far we have harnessed only about 2,326 megawatt of power. And in the next couple of years, we would be adding about 2,938 megawatt of power, and then that will give us a total of 910 megawatt of farm power. Coming to the fiscal incentives, the Fiscal Incentives Act of 2016 grants a host of fiscal incentives, but I have only highlighted the key ones here. And then this include sales tax and customs duty exemption on plant and machinery import, and then raw materials for the industries. And depending on the nature of project activity, the Act also grants a tax holiday ranging from 5 to 10 years. The investors are also entitled to reinvestment allowance of 25%, tax rebate of 15% for environment-friendly upgradation, and the incentives are also covered for various sectors such as energy, agriculture, ICT, tourism, education, mineral processing, and so on. These are some of the provisions of the FDI Policy 2019, but I'm not going to run down the entire list of provisions, but the important ones are the policy adopts the negative list approach, and foreign investors have the option to own up to 100% of the equity. With regard to land for FDI business, the company can own or lease private land and lease government land in industrial parks or state reserve forest land. And what is also interesting about the FDI Policy 2019 is the identification of priority activities for FDI. And then these priority activities are fast-tracked for the government approval. These are the broad activities under the production and manufacturing sector under priority activities, namely agro-based, forest-based, renewable energy, water-based, pharmaceutical, and then other manufacturing. Of course, the activities such as electricals, electronics, building materials fall under the other manufacturing category here. Similarly, for the priority services activities, we have sectors such as health and education, hotel and wellness, infrastructure, IT and IT-enabled services, construction, consultancy, financial services, and so on. The 2019 FDI policy also opens small-scale activities for foreign direct investment, but with the condition to add value to the domestic producers in the sectors such as agro-based, forest-based, and others. As I mentioned earlier, the FDI policy adopts a negative list approach, and some of the activities listed under the negative list include news media, hotels that are 3-star and below, general health services, and then mining for the sale of minerals in primary or raw form, and then the entire trading sector, and the industries that do not meet the certificate of origin requirements. Now let's look at the current scenario of FDI in Bhutan, mainly with regard to the source of foreign direct investment. We have from over 20 countries, but looking at the region, it's dominated by the investors from Asia, followed by Europe and America. And within Asia, India, our major trading partner, is also a major source of investment, followed by countries such as Singapore, Thailand, Hong Kong, Vietnam, and so on. These are some of the popular activities for foreign direct investment in Bhutan right now. At 38% share, we have hotel and resorts, followed by IT and IT-enabled services. Then we have agro and dairy processing, power-intensive manufacturing, and under power-intensive manufacturing, we have activities such as ferrosilicon, silicon carbide, calcium silicon, and that's followed by financial service, building material, hydropower related, and under others, of course, we have activities such as pharmaceutical institutes, industrial gases, construction, and so on. Here are some of the global investors currently in Bhutan, and in the services category, we have mostly in the hospitality, financial, and construction sector. And in the manufacturing sector, we have the softening company AG from Malta, and Endres Hydro from Austria, GE from US, and then the Finnish water bottling company called Vin, Maruveni from Japan, and then Saint-Gobain from France, and then the Tata Power from India. Well, now I have come to the end of my presentation, but for any further queries, you could contact us through this contact details. With this, I come to the end of my presentation, and I believe for next 10 minutes or so, we have a session to interact, and if you have any further queries or question, I'm happy to answer. And thank you all for your attention, and I welcome you all to invest in Bhutan. Thank you very much.